Allow me to extend my sincere gratitude for your presence this afternoon, for gracing this particular gathering. It makes me feel so humbled and nervous a little bit, because I had never envisioned this day to come when I can stand in front of esteemed guests like yourselves. But today we are gathered here this afternoon, not only as witnesses or spectators, but as participants in a journey through the pages of Tekken. In the heart of this narrative that we share this afternoon lies the heartbeat of humanity, the tide and the flow of darkness and light. A tale that transcends the boundaries of Visanza, where we set our story, and resonates with the beating hearts of us all. As I stand before you, I am reminded of the power stories hold, the ability to shape our perceptions, the capacity to challenge our beliefs, and of course the power to stir the very essence of our existence. In Tekken, we find ourselves diving deep into a story that mirrors the shadows we confront in our world, shadows that often hide in plain sight, testing our compassion for others and the strength of our unified responsibility. As the ink flowed to my paper that time, which is the only thing that I had, and the golden thread of Tekken unfolded in the quiet recesses of my imagination, I found myself compelled by a fervent desire to give voice to the voiceless. In the hushed whispers of reality, I heard the echoes of untold stories, of lives obscured by the shadows of trafficking in persons, a predicament that hunts the vulnerable and preys upon the innocent. Now, motivation is a very unpredictable muse, as some of you might know it, and it often emerges from personal experience and collective empathy. Thus, the genesis of this novel stems from encounters with the silent cries of those ensnared in the snares of trafficking, stories buried beneath the weight of indifference and societal apathy. Ambassador Eleanor Roosevelt's words, "Where, after all, do universal human rights begin? In small places, close to home, so close and so small that they cannot be seen on any map of the world. Yet, they are the world of the individual person." These words resonated within the corridors of my consciousness. Thus, in the seemingly small village of Visanza, where we set our narrative, I discovered a metaphorical microcosm reflecting the broader struggle for human rights. The characters in Tekken, distinguished guests, are not just figments of imagination, but rather amalgamations or displays of strength distilled from the tales of real-life survivors. The journey of Detective Chikoti, for example, the steadfast commitment of Judge Mangan Malamba, the courage embodied by Jobo, and the silent strength of Sarai all find their origins in the faces and stories of those who have braved the evils that we discussed this afternoon. This novel is more than a literal endeavor. It is a manifestation of the collective responsibility that we bear as storytellers, as keepers of human experience. The statistics that paint an ugly portrait of over 40 million souls trapped in the clutches of human trafficking demanded more than just a hasty acknowledgement. They beckoned for a narrative that rises above the pages and permeates the collective consciousness. Now, I'm pleased to announce that in dedicating 40% of the proceeds from this launch to raising awareness about human trafficking and supporting victims and survivors of trafficking in persons and immigrants, my aim is to transform words into tangible actions. It is a call to arms a plea for a world where empathy triumphs over apathy, where the echoes of darkness are drowned out by the resounding chorus of justice and compassion. Now, on a lighter but important note, allow me at this juncture to introduce to you a remarkable team that has worked tirelessly behind the scenes, breathing life into this event, and of course into the narrative that we celebrate today. Their dedication and creativity have transformed a mere book launch into an immersive experience. If you can look back a little bit, you'll see some young people standing at the back there, and also those that are standing to my right. I would have loved to bring them in the front, but I think we don't have enough space here. But I just want to tell you that if young people are given an opportunity to prove themselves, they can do it, and they can do it really good. Now, as we embark on this literary expedition, let us not forget the global echoes of human trafficking and the shadows that persist in the corners of our society. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The pages you are about to hold in your hands this afternoon tell a story that goes beyond borders, echoing the universal call for justice and compassion. Therefore, our honored government ministers and ambassadors here present, and all distinguished guests, your presence underscores the importance of addressing these issues on a global scale. As we immerse ourselves in Tekken, let it serve as a catalyst for dialogue, advocacy, and collective action against the darkness that haunts the world. In the spirit of collaboration, let us join hands to amplify the voices of those who echo through the pages of this novel, voices that demand justice, voices that champion resilience, and voices that herald a brighter future for all. Finally, I must express my deepest gratitude to those whose support has illuminated this literary endeavor. This moment right here, where we stand at the cliff of unveiling a world veiled in darkness, would not have been possible without the steadfast support of our sponsors. Therefore, a heartfelt thank you to the embassy and the ambassador of the Kingdom of Morocco. I think we can put up a round of applause for him, whose generosity and commitment to the arts have paved the way for this grand gathering. Your belief, Your Excellency, in the power of storytelling to effect change is a lamp that lights the path toward a world where compassion triumphs over indifference. This alliance between literature and the Embassy of Morocco attests to the universality of human stories, going beyond borders and resounding in the chambers of our shared existence. Additionally, profound appreciation to the International Organization for Migration, whose invaluable support has breathed life into this venture. The IOM's dedication to addressing the global challenges of migration, including what we discussed this afternoon, trafficking in persons, aligns seamlessly with the ethos of Tekken. In a world where borders may separate us physically, our shared commitment to justice and compassion binds us together in a collaborative pursuit of a better tomorrow. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Zodiac, where I work, for their unwavering support. Also, I think we are live on one or two of their channels right now. For their unwavering support in amplifying the echoes of our narrative, we say thank you. Their commitment to shedding light on crucial societal issues, including trafficking in persons, also aligns with a core message in this novel. Through their channels, our voices ring not just within these walls, but reach far beyond, fostering conversations that matter. So to the Embassy of Morocco, the IOM, Zodiac, Thank you for being more than sponsors. You are partners in this shared pilgrimage. Your contributions have not only made this book launch possible, but have amplified the collective call for justice. May our collaborative efforts spark conversations, inspire change, and leave an indelible mark on the canvas of our shared narrative as a people. Thank you for being part of this profound journey, a journey that goes beyond these pages and resounds within our collective hearts. Enjoy the voyage through Tekken, and may its impact linger even long after the last page is turned. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for coming.